Okay, we are live.
Evil,
Yes.
evil,
Hein?
evil.
Evil, evil. Eu era
Eu
evil.
era evil, evil.
One.
Say.
Say the the en the edni. Indeed.
the
Indeed.
Edney, the Edney,
The edni. Say the edni. Say the edni.
the Edney, the
Say the
Edney.
edni. Eu eu era evil. One.
Say. Trier,
Trier. Trier.
trier,
Oh yeah. Tr.
trier.
Trier. Trier. Trier.
Uh,
Yeah, so I was thinking about it, and for anyone who's watching this, we made up a language game code thing that could turn into its own, self-replicating mutant mind virus, hopefully. Basically just English backwards, and with some other stipulations that we can go into. But I was thinking the other day, what about, I mean, it's a different idea, but like, what about speaking English forwards, but just changing all the pronunciation of the letters? Would that change it enough to make it still interesting? And I'm wondering about keeping it forward just to experiment with what, because the difficulty will be reduced.
mm.
But I wonder if that makes it too easy to understand, and then it's not really fun. Is that going to reduce the fun as well? I don't want to do that.
It's a good warm up, if nothing else. I am speaking English.
Y
Uh,
also,
this is not very hard.
not very hard.
It just sounds like we're making fun of people.
It's not very hard. Oh. But what if you pronounce the Y like an ancient Greek or like a restored classical Latin? E,
E.
very, very,
Very, very.
is not very hard. Yeah, it's not as interesting.
It's a good practice. This is a good ramp. It's a good on ramp for people to start with
Yeah,
practice. Because if they can't even do that, it's going to be really hard for them to do the egaugno.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, basically, just pronounce all the vowels like Spanish or Italian or Latin. A, E, I, O, U.
Sí, como español.
And maybe there's some variants. Is it a or is it a e? Is it a? Is it an o or is it a all? I mean, it can be open, close, mid. It's like not super precise. There's some room for variation and accent and all of that, but basically,
Mhm.
like Spanish.
Como Esperanto. Esperanto, very uh, malleable.
Simple, straightforward.
Yeah, yeah. Just and the phonology changes and the grammar changes a little depending on the first language of the speaker, but it's all close
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, and it can be simplified. Just as long as it's understandable. That's really the whole point.
Mhm.
Um,
Understand. Dnat
understand. Do not straighten up. Okay, we
Dnat
can move the chat. Okay, understand. Understand. Yeah. Do not thread. Thread. Nu. Srednu.
Dnasrednu.
Not
Dnasred.
Srednu. Dnat sred. So dnat.
Dnasrednu. Natsrednu. I feel like that's gonna vary. If this evolved, the D would be dropped. Just Nasrednu.
I see
Nasrednu.
that. Dnat srednu.
Natsrednu. Natsrednu.
Nasrednu. Nasnedu. Nasnedu. Nasnedu.
I Nasrednu. I Nasrednu. Woy.
Right. So we're in the nascent stage of it, and we're making an effort to try and pronounce it, according to what we set up. But then obviously the limitations of your physical mouth is going to make certain things come out slightly different, slightly simplified.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to just understand and communicate. And hopefully, with more people interested, then different kinds of variations can come in. And then it's like, maybe you simplify it by saying Nasrednu, and then I simplify it by saying Dasednu, and then someone else says, we're not thinking about it on purpose, but it just happens kind of naturally, as long as we're still understanding, and ideally context will make it clear as well. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Interesting.
Nga. Nitseret. Nitseretni.
Nitseretni.
Nitseretni. Nitseretni.
Nit.
Ah.
Sered. Oh, seret.
Seretni.
I'm just trying to break it into like things. Nitseretni. 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 Nitseretni.
Irev.
Irevit seretni. Irevit seretni.
Irevit seretni.
Irevit seretni. I ekilti. I ekilti. I ekilti.
M-O-ot. M-O-ot.
Oh. Oy-ot. Oy-ot.
Ima Niklat, Thew, Tenesca.
Tenesca. Tenesca. That's cool. You said Tenesca, and I was like, okay, Tenesca. And I'm like, ak. And then just from going ak, I already knew. I didn't have to think about the rest of it. Tenesca. And then Tenesca's in there.
Tenesca, Nailati.
Tenesca nailati. Tenesca nailati. Tlak.
Nitlak.
Klat. Oira niklat. Thew tau?
Tenesca. Onailati.
Onailati. Italiano?
Say.
Ho i lati italiano, ho i lati. Wow. So I'm saying it like, oh,
Eltil,
not I can see it.
eltil, eltil, eltil,
Etti. Ho i lati.
Say, say.
Tenesca. Roy Tenesca. Si Roy. Oof. Tkel. Whoa. Okay, wait a second. Tekeloidi. Oh, Roy Tekeloidi.
Tikeloidi. Tike.
Tekeloidi.
Ke.
Tekeloidi.
Idiolect. Ah.
Roy Tekeloidi.
Uh,
Sa. Tena. Oh.
Tenesca.
Tenesca. Roy Tenesca. Si. Morph. Roy. Okay, Roy Tenesca. Si Morph. Roy.
Morfroi.
Uh, Teke. Tekeloidi.
Say. Eh, er, eurt. Eur.
Eur.
True.
Eurt, yeah. You know what does help right now? So I'm spelling it in the air, but
Yeah.
I'm spelling it backwards. So you said Eur. So I start from my right
Yeah.
side in the space and I Eur. But then I can see it forwards from
Exactly.
left to right. Like, oh, it's true.
I think Arabic gives me a little bit of a hand here, just because I'm
Okay.
used to that way. But
Switching my eyeballs.
yeah.
It helps.
Strogib, Strogib,
Zdro.
Strogib,
Zdro.
Gib, era Drah.
Zdro. Gib. Uh-huh. Zdrogib? Gibstro. Gibstrogib. Yeah, Strogib. Strogib. Oh, I think it
Gibstro,
could be Gibstro, Strogib, Gibstro, whatever, But what were
era
you saying?
Drah,
Oh,
Drah,
era Drach.
Erev,
Ah,
Erev,
Erev Drach.
Erev Drah,
Erev Drach. Erev Drach. Erev. Erev
Erev,
Drach. Erev Drach. Erev Drach. Zdro. Gib. Gibsdro. Gibstro era. Gibstro era Irev Drach. Gibstro era Irev Drach. Gibstro
Gibstro era Erev Drah,
era Irev Drach.
Drah,
Tno Isai. Tno. Ton. Ton Isai. Ton Isai.
Ton Usai.
Ton Isai.
Usai. Yasu.
Isai. Isai.
Isa.
Isai.
Isai. Isai. Ah, Isai. Ton Isai. Isai.
Ton Isai.
Ton Isai.
Ton Isai.
Ton Isai.
Ton Isai. Yue.
they say.
Yue, Yued, Yued, Yued era, Yued, oof, wow. Yued era ton Usai. Yued era drach. Yued era drach. Es
Ekil.
Esaukab? Eswakab. Eswakeb.
Eswakab? Uh, Eswa.
I think you know what I'm saying, even if I'm saying it wrong, which maybe is maybe more important.
Yeah.
Eswakeb.
Uh,
Ueth era drach. Eswakeb. Eth. Eu. Yeah. I just feel like I'm just going. I don't even know how to articulate what. This must be how babies feel.
yeah.
They're just like, oh, I'm trying to make a bilabial fricative and a front vowel at the same time. It's like, oh,
It's good brain exercise.
Absolutely.
I feel like my brain is lifting weights.
Something like that. Aliquid utoc. That's one of my favorite Latin phrases. Something like that.
Okay.
Aliquid ut hoc. Aliquid ut hoc.
Ut hoc. No entiendo.
Something like that.
Ah. Ut.
Algo como eso.
Ut. Like? Ut, yeah.
Ut,
Like. Yeah, like.
Ekil.
Ah, ekil.
Ut si ekil. Ut si ekil.
Aliquid ut hoc.
Aliquid ut hoc.
Something. Nithemos.
It feels like we're speaking Greek now. Nithemos. Kalamator.
Nithemos. Taj.
Nithemos. Ekil. Tav. Nithemos. Ekil. Tav. Right. So another detail for people who are curious: the digraphs, like th, sh, ch, when you flip the word around, you still pronounce it as one thing. It's not like a h followed by a c or an h followed by a t.
Yeah.
But it is the case with things like st, it becomes a ts. So instead of st,
Yeah.
it becomes st.
Yeah.
Wait, it becomes ts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if that mistake happens, so that's another thing that's important. Even if, like, the important thing is you're trying to pronounce it backwards with these guidelines, and of course mistakes are going to happen. Like when I was trying to say because, I was like just naturally saying ekauseb or something like that, or I wasn't sure if it was wekasiv, and I'm sure you knew from the context, right? So that's a perfect example of you just say it and communicate. Don't worry about the thing. But we're language nerding over here. We want to set a standard for you guys. Okay, it's for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's watched, because there's no one in the chat right now, but anyone who watches this recording later.
The thing that I find hardest is in the moment, like we're so used to when you have a word that ends with a sibilance, it's that means plural, right? But now you have to, it's the words that begin with the sibilant that mean plural. And that for me is probably the hardest thing to to listen for plurality at the beginning of the word, not at the end of the word. And that throws me off every time.
Books. Skoob.
Skoob.
So 1 book, 2 books.
Skoob.
Eno koob.
Eno koob.
Oat. Skoob. Oat skoob. Skoob. Books. Koob. Skoob. Oh yeah, skoob. Okay.
And when you're talking about the letter, the digraphs and the letter flipping and like how it's okay, it made me think this is a term. Do you remember the term in linguistics when languages do that, like ask and ax?
Right. No, I don't remember what it's called though.
But it happens all the fucking time. And so both you could say ska or ksa for ask.
Right. Just let it come out. Just do your best to be clear, but don't hold on to it. So we're finding the middle way between prescriptive and descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
little
think
little dials.
Yeah, just
Imkab Struh.
Roy Cobb Struh?
Struh.
Oh. Rob Ubab. Rob Ubab. Rob Ubab.
Ima Ibab.
Tahu.
Ima Ibab.
Ima.
Ima Ibab.
Okay. Oi era Ibab. Era Ibab.
Quizás podemos hablar en otros idiomas.
Por supuesto, sin problema. Buena idea.
No sé el imperativo, no sé, imperativo en español.
El imperativo.
¿Habla?
Claro, habla. Es tercera persona singular. Sí, es tercera persona singular. Para hablar informalmente.
Sí. Pero formalmente es ¿qué?
Es tercera persona singular subjuntivo. A menos que sea irregular. Luego tienes que memorizarlo. Por ejemplo, hablar, habla, pero formalmente, hable usted, por favor.
Hable.
Pero luego tener, dices, ten. Como ten cuidado.
Ok. Bueno. Habla latín.
Neschio si possum sententiam perfectam loqui, sed verisimiliter possum. Okay.
No entiendo.
No intelligence?
Escríbelo.
Okay. I said Nesquio. Skire. Skire en español es saber.
Como science.
Exacto, exacto. Skire.
Sí.
Skio. Skits. Skit. Skimos. Skitis. Skiunt. And then when it's negative, you say Nesquio.
Nesquio.
Neskit. Neskimus. Neskitis. Neskiunt. So I said Nesquio.
En sánscrito es el mismo. Nas. Na.
Sentiam perfectam dicere. I'm not 100% sure about the word perfectam right there. I'm pretty sure it means perfect in the same way that we use it in English or perfecto in Spanish, but I think it might have other kind of connotations or something that I'm not fully aware of. And I'm mostly just kind of, what's the word? Calking or, you know. Maybe I could have said sententiam rectam. Would have been.
I don't know if it's possible for you to perfectly understand my speech or something.
Nescio si ego possum.
You don't know if you can.
Sententiam perfectam dicere. Dicere sententiam perfectam.
Dicere.
Dicere. Ut, okay, aliquid ut hoc, ut, dicere, ut, hispanice, decir.
Decir, sí.
Dicere.
Rectam es, ¿qué?
Sententiam rectam. Sententiam rectam. Is that right? Now I'm doubting everything. I'm pretty sure rectam is like right. In order.
Claro. Sententiam rectam.
Sententiam rectam. And it has the nasally N at the end of it because it is my direct object. I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
Accusativo.
Accusativo. Accusativo casu, dico, hanc sententiam. Hanc sententiam.
Sententiam es como sentir.
It's like it's a sentence, but it's like it's an opinion. I think is more exactly what it means. It's like when you get sentenced to something in court, or like it's or your sentiment. I'm not 100,000% again, you know. I am a Tito. It's a beginner.
Hank.
Yeah. It's also accusative case. Nominative would be hike.
No.
Hike sententia. Hike sententia.
Haec sententia.
Hanc sententiam.
Es tan difícil para mí.
Yeah. If you get, si compras o si buscas ese libro, Familia Romana, o si buscas el audiolibro, la versión en audio en YouTube, tienen gratis que puedes escuchar. Y si escuchas eso y sigues eso, muy naturalmente vas a aprender, no aprender, sino sentir por el contexto cómo se usa el acusativo, el ablativo, todo eso. Pero muy paulatinamente, muy poco a poco.
Sí. بالعربي شوي 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 شوي
شوي شوي
شوي يعني صغير شوي
صغير
شوي little
شوي.
poco a poco.
Not big. Small, okay?
Small, okay.
Small, very good.
Idiomas. Otros idiomas.
Otros idiomas.
Je n'aime pas français, mais français.
Pourquoi tu n'aimes pas le français? Pourquoi n'aimes-tu pas? Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
J'ai étudié la langue française dans l'école.
La croix.
La croix.
La croix.
You got a hakalugi.
La croix. Pourquoi
la croix? Pourquoi la croix?
Pourquoi tu n'aimes pas la langue française? Je trouve la langue française très, très intéressante, mais je ne sais pas quand je dois faire la liaison et quand je ne dois pas. Mais je ne pense pas à ça quand je parle. Je simplement parle. Et j'espère que ça soit correct. I don't know if it's correct or correct. I want to say correct, but I don't know.
Je ne sais pas.
Lingua sermo-franco-gallico.
Sermo?
Sermo. It's like a spoken language, a way of speaking. Maybe it's just easier to say lingua franco-gallica. I'm not sure what the difference is.
Dialect versus language?
I don't know. I think they're interchangeable. I just hear people in the...
Sermo dialectos. Sermo dialecto.
I've heard people refer to Latin as a sermo. They say sermo latinus. But then also say lingua latina. But yeah, I get a lot of passive practice with Latin. I don't get a lot of active use out of it at the moment. So I have a lot of like impressions about what words mean and like the shades of meaning, but I'm not 100%. on the differences sometimes.
Mm.
Like sententiam, sometimes it feels like, am I just copying an English word and trying to turn it into Latin or something?
I mean, that works
But I
good.
think that one's okay.
It works a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure sententiam is perfectly great. But then perfecta, I don't know if that one, but it doesn't really matter for our context here. This is good. I'll cut this. I mean, I might cut this into pieces, or I might just let it be a really long thing, and I'll make little chapters. Like, okay, first we did egaugnal, shilgne, egaugnal, and then there's a section of, okay, we're speaking about Latin, and then we did like a little French moment, and then I'll go and edit that.
Cool. Look.
Look, urev look, urev look, irev look.
Euditi.
Euditi. Yeah. LTD'd. LDT. TC Enod. TC Enod.
TC Enod.
TC Enod. TC Enod ib eu. TC Enod ib eu. Ibsu.
Ibsu. Eu.
TC Enod. TC Enod ibsu. TC Enod ibsu. That sounds nice.
TC Enod ibsu.
TC Enod ibsu. Ib ohu ibsu.
Ohu. Ohu. Ibsu. Say. Ohu. Question words. Ohu, tahu, nehu.
Nehu.
Ihu.
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 Or ihu. Ihu.
Nehu, ihu.
Woh. Woh.
Woh.
Woh. Woh. Woh. Woh era woi anog od ta. Okay.
طيب
I just
خلاص.
and put that backwards.
I understood.
Oh, great. Perfect.
We're doing it. Yeah. All right. Well, de ot og.
Oi de en od og. Yako.
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 Abe.
Abe.
Yeah, that was awesome. We got to keep it up.
Okay.
Language
lunch. See you next time.
Next time we should do actual lunch, and then we can talk about the food.
Well, I ate my lunch before, but
that's true.
I couldn't wait.
Yeah, 2:00 is too late. But
and then I had to replan so I'd learn all the words for the food that I'm eating. But anyway, yeah. Good stuff. Hasta la próxima.
Bye-bye.
Vale.